Hello everybody, this is Brian Bentley at CoinOpTV, bringing a gameplay and commentary for Valiant Hearts, The Great War on Xbox One. So first I wanted to start off with, for lack of a better term, the car chase, or car scenes. You know, there's these driving sections that are built in with these musical pieces. So this one, the level is called Taxi Can-Can. So it has that can-can music in it, and the rate at which, you know, the things are going by you, you know, they're timed to the music. So it's just like you're playing and you're like, oh, okay, yeah, and you kind of get into the music, and I'm not joking, like, just you get into these scenes, and I mean, I played through this entire scene and literally had a gigantic smile on my face. Like, it felt great. You know, it's very, very short sequence, you know, just a couple of minutes long, and it's just fun. And for the most part, you have a lot of times when you have these sort of scenes, you sort of have this, you know, oh man, really, you're just taking me away from the other good parts. And these little small sections, because there's one in, you know, there's basically one in every chapter in the game, and you just feel like, oh my gosh, this is just a fun, quick distraction. Breaks up, and you know, there's some historical, historical accuracy behind it. You know, there was a general in the French army during, you know, World War I. Heard that the German troops were getting close to Paris, so he hired like 700 plus Parisian taxis to drive troops to the front. So you kind of not only have this great little you know, getaway from the game. So this is kind of what the main part is right now, and you have this quick getaway that just sort of breaks up the monotony. You know, it's historically accurate and it's fun. So I just wanted to start out with just that little bit. So now in this scene, I'm playing as Anna, and we are here in Marne, and this is really, you know, there was kind of a first section before the cars where she was in Paris and, you know, learning about, you know, the war, and she's worried about her father, so she's trying to head towards the front. Now, she is learning veterinary medicine, so she kind of always carries around this medical bag, and we take care of her, we take care of them. You know, so Valiant Hearts: The Great War, built in the Ubi Art engine, you know, sort of like Child of Light. So it has this fantastic, you know, art style to it. And probably what I love most about it are the characters. So, you know, there's Frank, who's kind of this big tough guy, American. Then there's Emile, who's an older gentleman, but he's like crafty and wiry. And then there's Anna, who, you know, is very, sort of like healing-minded as learning to become a doctor, even if that is a doctor of veterinary medicine. So the parts with Frank are very, you know, they're kind of, you know, you're just piecing pieces of the puzzle, you know, by, you know, more like, you know, head first, you know, ramming it, and you get these amazing facts. I'll get back to the characters in a second. So you can definitely get, like, now, this is interesting to me, may not be interesting to you as a person watching, but to me, they have these little bit of historical things which are really fantastic. I love them. I especially like, another thing I really like is how they talk. So, very few, you know, the French, you know, like the friend Emile and Anna will say, you know, merci, or, you know, or some of the soldiers will say things very short. The American guy says, like, no problem. So it's just, so the actual voice acting, it's not really so much about the voice acting itself. It's more like just how the voice interaction, and then the pictures then describe to you what you need to do or what you need to put together. So you kind of have these small challenges the entire time, where it's basically you run around, you know, you find out we're going to help heal this guy, and I think we're going to amputate something, his arm or whatever with that saw. So Frank is, you know, head first, plows into battles and stuff. Emil has a lot more stealth elements to it and puzzle solving. And Anna obviously is all about the healing mini game, for lack of a better term. I do wish that there was a little more consequence if you get the minigame wrong. It's actually, if you see it, it does get a little more complicated here and there than what you've seen just now. Like in the next level, it gets the difficulty ramps up quite a bit. So you sort of spend your time like picking things up and solving these little mini puzzles. In each level, you saw there on the right-hand side, there was a little pickups that you can get. So they have collectible items, and no, put that back down. So you have these collectible items. There's usually 4 to 6 in each level. Some levels I've done better than others. Now they do have these hints, and I have not used a hint yet. I'm almost halfway through the game at the point where I'm doing this recording. So, and of course, when she kind of looks at it, goes, that helps tell you also that there's some kind of puzzle there to be solved. So this is kind of like a 2D adventure game. It's not exactly point and click, but because there is some, I hate to use the word action, but there's some really great pieces in the game, set pieces. So the sound design is minimalistic, and in all actuality, like considering how gruesome the First World War was, it really fits in well. So you saw me pick up this scarf, and I'm still not sure where that went. You'll see in a little bit. I lose the scarf as I go to heal the last guy. But so they have these collectibles. They have these mini puzzles. Going back to the sound design, it's minimalistic, but it works. It works out perfectly. Love the art design a whole heck of a lot. So I'm kind of really enjoying being Anna in the second chapter. And so there's 4 chapters in the game. They kind of spread. They do overlap, but they each kind of have certain sections of specific to them. So now that guy is looking for a cross, and I'm looking to. So if I get him the cross, then he'll give me something else that I can use somewhere else. So for the guy with the crutch, he'll give me the shovel. I'll give the shovel to the guy who needs the crutch. So that's kind of how that works. Now, it's not in this level they don't have it, but on most of the adventures with Frank, Emil, and Anna, you will have a dog. And in many respects, the dog is, the character that sort of brings all the disparate stories together. And right from the get-go, you are going to fall in love with this dog. Period. I love, just his interactions, what he can do, sneaking around, picking items up for you. You actually care for this dog, and the writing is fantastic. Just the writing overall is fantastic. There was a part, and I don't want to spoil it, but at the end of the first chapter, there was literally a part where it was like, oh no! And, it may not have been quite that reactive, and you'll see there on the side, I had a little cross telling me I've picked up all the collectibles in the level. But there really was a point where I was like, oh no, I hope he's okay! Because the writing is just phenomenal, and really, really enjoying it. So you can pick up Valiant Hearts. It's on the PC, Xbox One, PS4. It's out there. You can go get it. And while you're here on the on our YouTube channel, be sure to subscribe to the CoinOpTV YouTube channel so you can stay up to date with all the games that are out there. And be sure to like this video and leave your ideas and comments below. so that we can we can service you better. Now, one thing I really do like is this game really humanizes everything. So I'm going to go and actually, for my last thing before this section of the chapter ends, I'm going to heal a German soldier. So a lot of, and a big point of this game is about the humanity, and a little bit of the humanity lost during this First World War. The casualties, the world had just not seen something of this magnitude before. So, I think that's really very evident in the story, and it's something that they bring to light. So, really loving the game. So, like I said, like us, leave comments, and we will catch you next time. Have a good one.
The French officers were talking about Belgium. The German army was about to experiment with a new weapon near Ypres, Anna's hometown.
Papa!